I'm Mark Stewart. I am not a progressive. Progressives are ruining the country. And here is how they are so seductive, how they can be so compelling with a few facts and a lot of emotion. All right? There's a couple progressive candidates in the field for governor. And they both talk about the wage gap between men and women. It exists. They want us to think it's because of evil, misogynistic employers. The gap exists for 5 other reasons at least, and they don't want to go into that. We know that women have discrepant training compared to men, not quite as much time in the workforce. We know that women have often chosen lesser paying professions. Liberals don't like to hear this, but some women go at their profession less aggressively. Very reasonably, they might not be in it full time because they have the beauty of mothering, a higher calling for many of us, that would replace a hardcore career happily, but in the process ending up with a diminution compared to the man who's going at it at overtime pace. We also know that women, liberals don't like to hear this either, can be more compliant in negotiation. Okay? They're more accepting. Man says, I'm not getting paid enough, I'm going to go elsewhere. And this is very searing. Men often can go elsewhere. They don't have as much to lose. This especially affects single women versus single men. Single guy can stay off of a payroll for a while. Woman with 3 kids to shelter and feed can't afford to go even a month without pay coming in. She's more likely to settle for a lower paying job because it's a job and not no job. All these reasons are behind the pay gap. Hatred of women, dislike of women, employers overly taking advantage of women, none of those are in the same category. And unfortunately, progressive leaders will use that as a way to gain support. None of us like unfairness, but they pose unfairness when, in fact, there are very fair, market-based explanations, and their remedies are incredibly dangerous. To have legislation that pries into the workplace even more, to put the woman who feels that there is wrongful pay in limbo, twisting in the legal winds, unable to get an equally good or better job in the process. That becomes their remedy. The true feminist, I am one of them, says women, along with some private advocates, can stand up to that for themselves exceptionally well, better than the government will do for you. Better result and better process of the woman elevating herself instead of being a meek, oh, I have to look to you, victim. The better feminism elevates, empowers, and doesn't put blame where blame is not deserved. Please do not listen to the charlatans. Please make sure that those who are, I'll call them demagogues, playing to emotions, don't end up taking your vote from reasoned political candidates.